All right, if you're an engineer and you're trying to get to the absolute cutting edge of AI, then this is for you. We are about to break down the complete interview toolkit for what is, seriously, the most in-demand role of the next decade, the agentic AI engineer. You know, this quote just nails it. It perfectly captures the massive shift that we're seeing. The entire focus is moving from AI that can just think about information to AI that can actually act on it. This isn't just about building better chatbots anymore. This is about building autonomous systems that actually go out and get things done. So why is everyone talking about this role? Well, the opportunities are just staggering. We're talking about massive salaries, for one. You'll be working on products at the absolute frontier of what's possible. And you'll see your work impact literally every industry you can think of. It's so much more than just a coding job. It's deeply strategic and technical. Okay, so here's our roadmap. We're going to start with the big picture, the agentic era. Then we'll get really clear on what an AI agent even is and cover the essential toolkit you'll need. From there, we'll dive right into how you can crack the interview and wrap it all up with a winning game plan that you can start using today. First things first, welcome to the agentic era. We are officially moving beyond AI that just sits there and responds to prompts. We're entering a whole new phase of AI that can take autonomous action to achieve some really complex goals. So what does post-chatbot era really mean? It means we're now building AI that is no longer a passive assistant. These are systems that can reason through a problem, create a sophisticated plan, interact with all kinds of digital tools, and work on their own to achieve the objectives we set. Honestly, the leap in capability here is just massive. And that brings us right to the core of it all. Let's get a really solid, precise definition of what an AI agent actually is. Okay, so agentic AI systems are, yes, powered by large language models, but they are so much more than that. They're autonomous systems designed to perceive their environment, to reason about it, to make a plan, and then, this is the key part, to actually take actions using tools to achieve a goal. So think of them less like a brain in a jar and more like a digital worker that can actually do things. The workflow for these agents is it's elegantly powerful. It all starts with a human giving a high-level goal, right? Something like, hey, summarize the latest earnings reports for these 5 companies. From that simple prompt, the agent autonomously researches the information, formulates a step-by-step plan, executes that plan using tools like web browsers or APIs, and then finally reports back with the finished summary. Now, a huge part of what makes an agent tick is the planning phase. And there are 2 key techniques you absolutely have to know: chain of thought and tree of thought. Chain of thought, or CAT, is pretty much what it sounds like. It's thinking in a straight line. A leads to B leads to C. It's direct. But tree of thought, or TOT, that's way more sophisticated. It explores multiple reasoning paths all at once, kind of like a chess computer thinking several moves ahead. It uses this branching logic for more complex problems where, the first idea might not be the best one. All right, let's get into the nuts and bolts. Section 3 is all about the essential toolkit for an agentic AI engineer. We're talking the specific skills and the tech stack you've got to master. And wow, the sheer breadth of expertise you need is pretty significant. It's not just about knowing LLMs. You have to master planning frameworks like React, which stands for Reason and Act, and of course, Tree of Thought. You also need to know how to give agents tools, how to use Retrieval-Augmented Generation, or RAG, to ground them in facts, how to implement memory, and how to leverage agent frameworks like LangGraph. And it doesn't even stop there. Orchestration, deployment, evaluation, and safety are all part of this full-stack role. And here it is, the specific tech stack that recruiters are scanning for right now. For your frameworks, it's all about LangChain and AutoGen. For orchestration, LangGraph is really becoming the standout because it's just so good at creating these reliable, stateful agent workflows. For deployment, tools like VLLM are crucial for efficient inference. And for safety, knowing how to implement guardrails is completely non-negotiable. Knowing these names is step 1. Mastering them is the real goal. Okay, so you've got the skills down pat. Now let's talk about actually cracking the interview. What should you expect, and how on earth do you prepare for it? So get ready for an absolute gauntlet. I'm not kidding. It's not just 1 or 2 chats. You can expect up to 9 distinct rounds, and each one is testing a different skill. You'll kick off with LLM fundamentals and RAG, then move through tool use, architecture, a hands-on coding round, and then face even more rounds on system design, optimization, and ethics. All right, let's put you in the hot seat with a really typical system design question. The interviewer asks, design an agent that can analyze 10 different research papers and generate a coherent business summary. This is a big, open-ended problem, and it's designed to test your entire thought process from start to finish. So how do you answer a monster question like that without getting totally lost? You use a structured framework. Always start by clarifying the goal and any constraints. Then you walk them through your design, layer by layer. Retrieval, the planning agent, your chunking strategy. But listen, here's what separates a good answer from a great one. You have to proactively bring up the advanced topics. You must mention things like including an evaluation agent for fact-checking, planning for how you'll monitor against model drift and hallucinations, and, of course, proposing a cost optimization plan. That's what demonstrates senior-level thinking. Now, for the coding round, you should expect to get your hands dirty implementing some core patterns, a basic React agent, a RAG agent, and a tool-using agent. And hey, here's a pro tip for you. Use LangGraph. It is the perfect tool to show that you can build structured, stateful, and reliable agent workflows. I'm telling you, interviewers really, really value seeing that expertise. Okay, let's move into our final section and pull everything together. This is your winning game plan, a clear, actionable strategy to help you succeed. Here is a solid 6-week strategy that you can follow. You can see how it builds up logically, right? From the fundamentals in week 1 all the way to mock interviews in week 6. But the single most important thing on this slide is the need for daily hands-on coding. Seriously, reading articles is not enough. You have to be consistently building things to really let these concepts sink in. Now, let's talk about actually getting your foot in the door. Your resume has to speak the right language. And these are not just buzzwords. These are specific, high-impact phrases that describe concrete things you have accomplished. Saying implemented RAG plus TOT reasoning is infinitely more powerful than just saying worked with AI. And this is exactly why those keywords are so critical. Recruiters and those automated systems are literally filtering resumes by searching for these exact terms. If you don't have words like LangGraph, React, or VLMM on your resume, you risk getting screened out before a human ever even sees your application. You have to use them. It's that simple. So, as we wrap things up, think of this as your final cheat sheet. In any interview for this role, you must be able to demonstrate your knowledge in these key areas. You need to be able to whiteboard the core architecture, discuss specific agent frameworks, outline a deployment plan, and address safety. But that final row, that might be the most important one. Always, always be ready to connect the technical features you're building back to real business value and return on investment. And we'll end on this thought right here. This is the new paradigm. The value is shifting away from just creating models to building intelligent systems that can perceive, reason, and most importantly, act in the world to achieve goals. That right there is the challenge and the incredible opportunity for the agentic AI engineer.